This is a presentation of the 2024 NSAA State Baseball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. State baseball coverage is powered by Mullen Motors, Next Ag Appraisal and Realty, Members Owned Credit Union, Empire Fence and Netting, High Electric, and Union Bank and Trust. Now, calling all the action, here's Nick Sainert.
Welcome back into Tal Anderson Field here in Omaha, the home of the Omaha Mavericks. Nick Sainert joining you once again after an exciting opening game to our day as Lincoln Northwest knocks off Waverly 3-0 to stay alive. Waverly's season comes to a close, but Lincoln Northwest, they will play Norris tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. They will have to beat the Titans 2 times to advance to the state championship, but certainly an opportunity is better than having their season ended on a Tuesday. Ahead of us, it's going to be a good one, another elimination game in Class B action before we turn our attention to Class A at 4 p.m. later today. It's the Blair Bears going up against the Elkhorn North Wolves here in just a few minutes. The Elkhorn North Wolves are the 2 seed in the Class B bracket. Elkhorn North, they knocked off Blair 7-3 on Saturday here at Tal Anderson Field Saturday morning, but then against Gretna East, which is the 3 seed in the Class B bracket, Gretna East knocked off Elkhorn North 3-1, which is how Elkhorn North arrived to this game. For Blair, as I mentioned, they lost to Elkhorn North in the opening game of the state tournament, but then they beat Plattsmouth 6-1 in an elimination game on Monday afternoon. So once again, Elkhorn North and the Blair Bears. It'll be Elkhorn North in gray pants and a gray hat with black jerseys, gray letters and numbers, the Elkhorn North Wolf logo imprinted on their left side of their chest, while the Blair Bears have their all-white unis on, white hats, white jerseys that are buttoned up, and white pants with a big purple B on the left side of their chest as well. So Blair will be the visitors on the scoreboard. Elkhorn North will be in the field first. So let's tell you about the pitcher. Cole DeBuse, 1-1 on the year, a 1.75 earned run average for the Elkhorn North Wolves this season. He'll face a talented Blair Bears lineup. Obviously, somebody to keep an eye on for Blair is the cleanup hitter, number 24, Jay Sean Unger, the future Nebraska baseballer for Blair. He gets the start at third base, hitting cleanup. So once again, Blair and Elkhorn North just moments away from first pitch here at Tal Anderson Field. We had an incredible morning game with Lincoln Northwest. If you want to revisit that call of a game-ending double play, 6-4-3, you can head back over onto Twitter, onto the 93.7 The Ticket social media pages, and relive the Falcons' emotional victory for their second victory in state tournament program history as they knocked off the Waverly Vikings 3-0. Just an incredible performance on the mound from Alex Berry earlier this morning as well. It's a beautiful day for baseball. Unfortunately, here at Tal Anderson Field, for the folks that might not know and are wondering why there's no sound, no natural sound behind me, well, the windows don't open up here in the press box at Tal Anderson Field. And so even if I were to take the headset off, you can't really hear the fans. And so therefore, not a whole lot of natural sound currently. We'll work on it, play with a couple of different things and different options throughout the course of the day once we have a little bit of an extended break after this game closes and before our first Class A matchup. So once again, on the mound, it'll be the right-handed thrower, Cole DeBuse, number 10 for Elkhorn North, 1-1 record on the year, 1.75 earned run average. The first 3 hitters for the Blair Bears is going to be number 2, the starting shortstop, Tanner Jacobson. Jacobson hits .313 on the season with 21 hits in 67 at-bats. And number 5, the catcher, will hit number 2. That is Nathan Wachter, a senior catcher, .353 average in 68 at-bats. And hitting third, number 11, the center fielder, that is Brady Brown, a senior center fielder, hitting .426, no home runs, but 22 runs driven in, only to be followed by the future Husker, Jay Sean Unger. So we are getting ready to go here. Appreciate DP and Rico filling the void in between games here. Back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. Austin Norman will join me in a short amount of time. He's making the drive up from Lincoln to join me for the final two games of the afternoon and evening. So once again, this is game 2 of 4 of the day. This is our final Class B broadcast until the state championship on Friday, as we'll bring Supernovas volleyball to you on Wednesday. So therefore, some Class B games that are played in the afternoon will not be able to be heard on our station. But the first pitch of the game from Dubuque is grounded to the second baseman, fielded off the candy hop at chest high, fires over to first in time for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. A dream start for Dubuque and the Elkhorn North Wolves. So now that brings up the catcher, number 5, Nathan Wachter. Wachter, W-A-C-H-T-E-R. Doing the catching, hitting from the right side, wearing a pink sleeve over his right arm, having a pink towel hanging from his left pant pocket. First pitch in there from Dubuque is in their first strike, 0-1. When these two teams played earlier in the tournament, Elkhorn North won 7-3 as the 0-1 pitch floated out towards the right side. It's trickling foul, and it will take a hop about 4 feet right of the foul line. Foul ball, 0-2. Truth be told, I'm pretty sure they didn't have the AC on in here anyway either. I started sweating during that Lincoln Northwest game, maybe because there was such a fascinating baseball display, but now it feels like the AC's pumping in the press box as the 0-2 pitch hits the corner, strike 3, and a great start in 4 pitches, 2 outs for Cole Dubuque as he gets Wachter down looking for out number 2. So now next up is going to be the center fielder, number 11, Brady Brown. 426 average coming into the state tournament. Brown has done a little bit of pitching this season, has a 1-1 record, but starts today in center field. The first pitch of the at-bat swung on, hit well out to right field as it's tailing foul. The wind trying to push it back into fair territory. It will not be able to do so, and it'll be 0-1 as Brown takes the stroll back to home plate after the foul ball. So once again, appreciate you guys listening wherever you may be. Feel free. I'd love to shout you guys out on the text line, Starter Heyman text line, because I appreciate you guys and us here at 93.7 The Ticket appreciate you guys listening all week long to state broadcasts as the 0-1 pitch bounced off to the left side, 0-2. If you're enjoying your lunch hour right now, appreciate it. No balls, 2 strikes to Brady Brown. The pitch from Dubuque, lined out to right field, and it'll be down for a hit as Blair gets their first hit of the game on a 2-out single off the bat of Brady Brown. The right fielder for Elkhorn North in this case was Thiessen. He looked like he wanted to try to extend for that play and make a diving catch. Unfortunately, though, it was not what they classify as an up and down ball. It would have rolled all the way to the wall, especially with the turf, as it was on a line off the bat from Brown. So it's a 2-out base knock. Brings up Jay Sean Unger. Unger fouls off the first one, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here in the top of the first inning, Blair, first one's up to bat. As the runner goes, Unger swings and fouls it off to the backstop, 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the first inning. As the runner at first is Brown after a 2-out single to right field. Dubuque comes set from the stretch. Fire, string, and a miss. And Unger strikes out swinging. And that will do it for the visitors' half of the first inning. Elkhorn North and Cole Dubuque are able to get out of there unscathed as they retire the Blair Bears. So 4 players came to the batter's box, came to the plate. One of them reached on a 2-out single from Brady Brown. Unger strikes out swinging. We get our first look at Lucas Matea for the Blair Bears on the mound. Elkhorn North comes to the plate when we return in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats. Dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people. Small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Nick Sander back with you from Tal Anderson Field in Omaha. 4 up, 3 down in the top half of the first inning, so it will be the bottom half of the first. Now it's Elkhorn North's turn up at the plate here at Tal Anderson Field. The starting pitcher, Lucas Matea, 1-3 record, a 3.40 earned run average on the season, whereas number 21 has a long, luscious flow of blonde hair pouring out from behind his ball cap. And stepping up to the plate is number 24, the starting right fielder for Elkhorn North, Chris Thiessen. 427 hitter, 3 home runs, 26 runs driven in 75 at-bats this season for the Wolves. The Wolves on the season, 18-8 record, while the Blair Bears are at an even 12-12. The first pitch is hit shallow left field. The shortstop, ranging back, makes the catch, blocking the sun with his glove until the last moment for out number 1. So F6 on the putout, and Elkhorn North at the plate starts the same way that Blair did, and that was 1 pitch, 1 out. Nice job by Matea there, throwing a strike. So Matea works out of the windup. Now it's Novacek. No balls, no strikes. First pitch of the at-bat is down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Novacek, Colin Novacek, that is, a senior outfielder getting the start in left field today. Hits from the left side. The 0-1 pitch, low and inside, ball 1. Tal Anderson Field, a little deeper in the heart of Omaha than Warner Park is. As Novacek grounds it to the second baseman, fielded cleanly, throws over to first in plenty of time for out number 2. 4-3 on the put out there. Mentioned in the at the start of the first game, we're just a little southwest of the Exarban Village here in Omaha. The softball field is directly behind me. The 2024 Summit League champion Omaha Mavericks for softball were practicing at that time. As the first pitch to the 3-hole hitter, Selmeyer, is in there for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and the 0-1 offering is outside, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here is Matea. This one swung on. Shallow right field, pop fly, first baseman, second baseman, and right fielder converging, and the first baseman makes the catch for out number 3 as Swanson's able to field the fly ball off the bat of Selmeyer. So out number 3 is recorded, 3 up, 3 down for Blair in the bottom half of the first inning. We go to the top of the second. Elkhorn North trots back out there, led by pitcher Cole DeBuse, and he will face hitters 5, 6, and 7 in the Blair order in 30 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors. Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
It is the top of the second inning as both pitchers carved through the top of the opponent's order in the first. It's the top of the second, brings up the number 5 hitter for the Blair Bears, number 13, the starting first baseman, Dylan Swanson. Swanson getting the start at the first base bag, 288 average. He swings and misses at strike one. Debuse quickly to work on the 0-1, and it's low and inside for a ball, 1-1 rather. Game 2 of 4 today. We saw Lincoln Northwest knock off Waverly earlier today. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, works backdoor. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So once again, good contrast to uniforms here with Debuse wearing the black jersey that Elkhorn North is sporting as he throws ball 2 outside, 2-2. Blair with the purple helmets and all white unis. The 2-2 pitch from Debuse. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And Swanson goes down swinging for out number 1 in the top of the second. So next up, it is the starting left fielder number 1, Nelson Kosh. Kosh, a junior, hits .214 on the season. Only 42 at-bats hitting from the left side as he swings and fouls this one off to the left side and into the second row from the top here as it bounces onto the concourse at Tal Anderson Field. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the second inning. The pitch from Debuse, swung on, fouled back to the netting, straight back, 0-2. Folks choosing to stand on the concourse here at Tal Anderson Field. It's filled with folks in purple as the 0-2 pitch didn't sneak back far enough towards that outside corner, and it's 1-2 to the left fielder Kosh. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Debuse comes set at the belt, lifts the left leg, fires. This one hit well out to center field, but should be fairly routine for the center fielder as the center fielder Uchtman ranges over and makes the catch for out number 2. Next up, the second baseman, number 23, Owen Mann, a sophomore, hitting .255 in 55 at-bats this year. Another left-handed hitter for the Blair Bears. Takes ball 1 up and away, 1-0. Debuse, a lot of good tempo right now for Debuse on the mound. He fires, swung on and missed. May have gotten a piece of that one, but it goes into the mitt of the catcher behind the dish. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Up and away, ball 2. The wind has changed directions once again. This one's blowing directly out to left field now at Tal Anderson Field. The pitch, swung on and missed. 2-2 to Owen Mann. Mann getting the start at second base today. Hitting 8th in the Blair lineup. And a pitch on the outside corner is going to get him strike 3. And Mann goes down looking for out number 3. Let's go ahead and step aside. When we come back in 60 seconds, we'll be seeing the Elkhorn North 4, 5, and 6 hitters right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
And experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Nick Sainer back with you from Tal Anderson Field in Omaha. Rico pushing all the buttons back in our 93.7 The Ticket Studios. Appreciate him. All right, we go to the bottom of the second inning. Still scoreless here, and it'll be Elkhorn North's 4, 5, and 6 batters. Grossert, Fancher, and Christensen. So Elkhorn North trying to get an attack Matea. And first pitch is up and away, ball 1. I really need to shout out Elkhorn North and Blair. They provide the pronunciations on every single roster that they provide. And you would expect that to be a normal thing. It's more of a normal thing at the college level too, but especially on high school when you get some of these, you don't want to butcher names, especially in the state tournament, as the 2-0 pitch is fouled off to the left side, 2-1 by Grossert. So once again, Grossert, Fancher, Christensen. And the 2-1 pitch is upstairs, ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike. The pitch upstairs, ball 4, leadoff walk for Grossert, the shortstop. So Grossert will occupy first base. And that is the first free pass that Matea has allowed today. Brings up the third baseman, number 12 for Elkhorn North, Tyson Fancher. Senior third baseman hitting .416 on the season. No home runs, 10 runs driven in. He's also scored 10 times, 32 hits on the campaign. The first pitch of the at-bat hits the outside corner, strike 1 to Tyson Fancher. So no balls, 1 strike. The quick pitch pick over to first base, back in time, was Grossert. Matea at 13 pitches in this ball game through 1 inning and a batter. Slide steps, kind of pulls the fastball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike coming up. 0-0 still your score. Elkhorn North has a leadoff runner on in the form of a 5-pitch walk. The pitch, as the runner goes, hit and run is on. It's looped into right field, and it hits the foul line. It is fair. Around second is Grossert, and he stops right at third base. A fist bump by the third base coach as that hit and run worked to perfection. As the hit off the bat of Tyson Fancher literally hit the foul line down right field's line. Could not have been placed better, and runners are now on second and third with nobody out in the bottom of the second. So Grossert was off with the pitch, and that double with nobody out here in the bottom of the second makes runners at second and third, and bringing up Christensen, number 13, the starting catcher for Elkhorn North, Maverick Christensen. Hits .379 on the season, 11 runs driven in. Hits from the left side. Infield is in for Blair. Quickly a 2-0 count from Matea. Quick conversation at the mound between catcher and pitcher as well. And so that meeting has adjourned, and we're ready to go once again. Matea on the mound, left-handed hitter Christensen. The pitch skied moon high into foul territory. Third baseman battling the sun, and he completely lost it. Jay-Sean Unger completely lost it in the sun, and he didn't even have a shot at it as that one bounces in foul territory, and we'll do it at 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the second inning. Still scoreless, the pitch. Christensen skies it into shallow left field. The left fielder ranging over. The third base runner's extending. No tag on the play. The catch is made, and the Blair Bears get out number 1 on an F7. So now that brings up the starting second baseman, number 9, Jace Reynolds. Reynolds hitting .333 on the year, just 3 runs driven in. But he has 2 more potential RBIs waiting out there at second and third in the form of Grossert at third and Fancher at second. This will be the 20th pitch of the day for Matea. The pitch, no balls, no strikes. It's bunted high. It's going to be caught. They're going to be able to double up the runner at third base, and Blair gets out of the inning on a miscue, an unsuccessful squeeze attempt as the bunt went right up into the air. The first baseman charged in. Swanson caught it, fired it over to third base, and the runner didn't get back in time. So Elkhorn North unable to get anything out of a second and third situation with nobody out, and Blair heads to the top of the third inning. We're still scoreless. Debuse back on the mound for Elkhorn North when we come back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Nick Sander back with you. Tal Anderson Field. Blair gets out of the jam, and quickly on the first pitch of the top of the third, it's grounded to the shortstop. A quick shot over to first base is in time for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out, as the Wolves retire the 8-hitter Sailor. 6-3 on the putout for out number 1. That brings up the pitcher, Matea, hitting from the right side, hitting 9th in the lineup. Has that National League feel prior to where there was the universal DH, where the pitcher always hit 9th in the lineup. But Matea on the season, hitting 148, no home runs, 6 runs driven in. The 1-0 pitch grounded to the shortstop, fielded on the 2-hop, candy hop chest high, and an accurate throw over to first. And quickly in 3 pitches, Elkhorn North has retired the first 2 hitters of the top of the third inning, both in the same type of play in a 6-3 ground out from the shortstop. So now the top of the order as the lineup turns over, it is number 2, the starting shortstop, in Tanner Jacobson. The first pitch of his at-bat, swung on, muscled, second baseman running back, and a leaping grab from the second baseman. And I think if you are Cole Debuse, you will take a 5-pitch inning every day of the week. We head to the bottom of the third inning, and it feels like we just stepped aside. We're going to do it again. We'll be back in 60 seconds as we enter the bottom of the third here at Tal Anderson Field.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Let's talk about your hair. I hope you didn't step away to grab some popcorn because you would have missed the top of the third inning. 5 pitches, and Blair is retired. And so now back out into the field are the Blair Bears after what it feels like they just came back in from. As we enter the bottom of the third, it'll be 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Elkhorn North Wolves to face the pitcher, Lucas Matea. So due up first for Elkhorn North is the designated hitter number 16, Ethan Asmus. Asmus, a sophomore, 292 average, no home runs, 11 runs driven in. Hits from the right side, so it'll be a righty-righty matchup. The guy on deck will be the starting center fielder, number 5, Alex Uchtman. Asmus steps into the box, taps home plate, and we're ready to go in the bottom of the third. Still scoreless between Blair and Elkhorn North. The first pitch swung on, Asmus fouls it off, and it's snagged by one of the players in the Elkhorn North dugout, but it's a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Asmus. The pitch hits the corner, strike 2. 22 pitches so far today through two innings of work for Matea. Out of the windup, the 0-2. Buried, low and away, ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 hit apiece for Blair and Elkhorn North here in this one. Once again, Elkhorn North was threatening last inning with runners on second and third, nobody out, and Blair got out of the jam. The 1-2. Lined right field. Asmus has a hit as it's fielded by the right fielder, thrown in quickly, and it's a leadoff single for Ethan Asmus. So that brings up the starting center fielder, number 5, Alex Uchtman. Uchtman, Uchtman. He hits from the left side. We'll see if the head coach for Elkhorn North, Anthony Dunn, wants to attempt another bunt after getting doubled up on a safety squeeze attempt. And that safety squeeze attempt, I didn't mention it, is just as much on the runner as it could potentially be on the batter. As they show bunt, no runner and no bunt as he whiffed it, 0-1. You got to read speed and direction. As soon as you see that puppy go up in the air, you got to beeline it back to third base. No balls, 1 strike here in the bottom of the third. Runner on first, nobody out. Matea comes set, fires home the breaking ball, and Uchtman pulls back, ball 1. Also, in this case, if you're Blair, allow him to bunt it. Take the out at second base if you got it. Take the out at first base if you need to, as the 1-1 pitch is outside, 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Bottom of the third inning. Matea approaching the 80-mile-per-hour mark as 2-1 pitch is up and away, ball 3. Because now the last thing you want to do is allow a leadoff single to the 8-hole Asmus and then walk Uchtman, the 9-hole hitter, just for the top of the order coming up in the on-deck circle. The 3-1 bunted left side, but foul. And to another point, frankly, Elkhorn North hasn't shown the ability to bunt so far today. See if they can get one down. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Matea comes set, and he walks him. Ball 4 up and away. And now, with nobody out in the bottom of the third inning here, Elkhorn North has runners on first and second. They're threatening again with nobody out for the consecutive innings. So now that brings up the top of the order with the starting right fielder, number 24, Chris Thiessen. Thiessen, the right-handed hitter, he flew out to the shortstop his first time up in the first inning. He shows bunt, takes called strike, 0-1. Once again, if they're allowing your play in, if you're the first baseman, in this case it's Swanson, there's a force at third, fire it to third. That second baseman needs to get over and cover first as well. The pitch, bunted. It's right in front of the catcher. He'll fire to third, and he is not in time. Jay-Sean Unger tried to anchor himself to the bag. It wasn't the most accurate of throws from the catcher, and now it is bases loaded after a pretty poor bunt hopped right in front of the catcher. I'm not sure that the man behind the dish, in this case, Wachter, fielded it cleanly, but now Thiessen reaches on an infield single, and bases are loaded with nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. Brings up Novacek. Novacek, the starting left fielder, hits from the left side. The pitch, outside, ball one. Elkhorn North threatening with bases loaded, nobody out. Novacek on the season leads the team in batting average, .479 hitter, 13 runs driven in. The pitch, swung on, hammered left side, but foul. And that makes it 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, the pitch. Inside, 2-1. I will also say this, if you're the catcher, in this case for Blair, Wachter, he just tried to frame a ball that was a few good inches off the plate. You're not doing your pitcher any favors, as it's now 3-1 by trying to frame or make every single pitch look like a strike on the corner, because then the ones that are on the corner, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. As this one's hammered to the second baseman, through the glove and into center field. 1-1 will score. Around second, another run will score. And sliding into third, sliding into second. And Elkhorn North takes an early 2-0 lead on a hard ground ball up the middle off the bat of Novacek. And so that is a double, a 2 RBI double. Sliding into third is Thiessen. Scoring is Asmus and Uchtman. And Elkhorn North leads 2-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. So a nice job on the 3-1 offering, hammering the fastball. Knows that Matea had to come fastball, something hard and over the plate. And he hammered it through the right side, just underneath the glove of the outstretched second baseman. And now Selmeyer, the 3-hole, comes up to bat with 2 more out there on second and third and nobody out. So Elkhorn North has broken this tie as they now lead 2-0. Body behind the dish and a ball in the turf, and it's 2-0. First base is open, but doesn't get much easier with Grossert on deck, the cleanup hitter in this Elkhorn North Wolf lineup. And it looks like we're going to have a conversation on the mound. One arm is warming up in the bullpen, just in the foul territory of right field. We'll go ahead and step aside, pause for 10 seconds, and station identification on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Nick Sander
Here
back.
you go. Coffee's on me and my new beer.
Nick Sander back with you from Tal Anderson Field in Omaha. 2-0 is the count after a brief conference on the mound. So Matea, still the pitcher. There is a right arm warming up in the bullpen out there. Good student section for Blair. I think it's scattered students for Elkhorn North. Groups sitting in their own particular groups as well. School year is winding down. 2-0 is your score. The pitch from Matea hits the outside corner, strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike now to the first baseman for Elkhorn North, Selmeyer. Selmeyer, a right-handed hitter, facing the right arm of Matea. Infield playing in on the cut, grounded over the head, but a snag by Jayshon Unger. He throws across the diamond, a great scoop at first base by Swanson as Unger barely grabbed that one out of thin air, and he spiked it over to first base, but a great scoop over there by Swanson retires Selmeyer for the first out of the inning. So now Grossert, the shortstop, will come up to hit. Left-handed hitter. Infield once again playing in, trying to cut down that run at home plate if it's a hard enough ground ball. 2-0 your score. The first pitch of the at-bat. Matea throws up out of the zone, ball one. So Grossert, the starting shortstop today, he walked his first time up. Now fouls this one off to the left side, 1-1. He was the guy that ended up getting doubled up in that second inning on that bunt attempt. Bunt that went in the air, and then Grossert didn't get back to third base in time. 1-1 strike. That's just outside, ball two. Another thing to note is at second base, Novacek, with the infield playing in, is about 30 feet off the bag with the lead. So anything in the outfield, you feel like he has a pretty good chance at scoring. But Grossert needs to get the bat off his shoulder. He watches strike two on the inside corner, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom half of the third inning. Elkhorn North has broken the scoreless ball game 2-0. The pitch, skied high, center field, fairly routine, right in the middle of the O imprinted. It's caught by the center fielder. The throw home is cut off. They fire it to third, not in time. And so Grossert does his job. He sacrifices it, gets a sac fly for out number 2. And coming home to score on the tag was Thiessen. Also tagging from second to third was Novacek. And so runner will be at third base now with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. So 3 runs put up in the bottom half of this inning for Elkhorn North. As now up to the plate, it's Tyson Fancher, the third baseman for Elkhorn North. The first pitch, breaking ball, stays up to 1-0. Christensen is on deck. Reynolds is in the hole for Elkhorn North. Fancher at the plate. The 1-0 pitch, fastball, hammers left side, but foul. 1-1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the third inning. This has been the toughest inning for Matea, the pitcher, who fires the 1-1 pitch up and in, almost hit Fancher as he had to bounce out of the way. 2-1. We're back at Warner Park tomorrow for a 10 a.m. game between Lincoln East and the winner of our 4 p.m. game between Millard South and Lincoln Southwest. Here, the pitch, 2-1 outside, 3-1. So yes, at 4 p.m., the winner of Millard South and Lincoln Southwest will face off against the Spartans tomorrow at 10 a.m. The 3-1 offering from Matea. Swung on and missed. That was well outside the zone. Fancher knows it. He tried to hold up. The barrel continued to go across the strike zone, and it's 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes in the bottom of the third. 2 outs, runner on third base, 90 feet away. The pitch, ball 4, outside, and Matea struggling here in the bottom half of the third. The pitcher seems to be ready to go as he trots back to the dugout. Wouldn't be surprised to potentially see Matea's final inning here in the bottom half of the third if he can get out of it. Now coming up to the plate, the catcher, number 13, Maverick Christensen. Maverick flew out to the left fielder his first time up. The first pitch of the at-bat hits that outside corner for a strike, 0-1. So Fancher leads off at first. Not a whole lot of wheels there. A little bit of a bigger fella. And now he's going. They'll step off. Fancher, they're going to try a little first to third play. Blair's going to allow Fancher to just run to second base. They're going to concede the 90 feet. That's a first and third play that we could talk hours about because you're potentially forcing the pitcher to get startled and balk. You could potentially throw an arid or make an arid throw happen to second base from the pitcher as he tries to rush himself. The end goal is to get the runner between first and second in a rundown long enough that the runner from third has time to score. Ground ball with 2 outs to second base, fielded cleanly, has time, fires over to first and in time for out number 3. So Blair allows 3 runs in the bottom half of the third inning. 2 runners were left on base. However, they do lead 3-0 as Cole DeBuse trots back out onto the mound for the Elkhorn North Wolves. We'll step aside, due up. It's Wachter, Brown, and Unger, 2, 3, 4 hitters in the Blair lineup when we return on 93.7 The Ticket.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Nick Sander back with you from Tal Anderson Field here in Omaha as the Blair Bears come up to bat. They are trailing now 3-0 in the top of the 4th inning. Once again, a game that's moving at a pretty smooth pace. Wind blowing out to left field here, just outside of Exarban Village in Omaha. DeBuse comes set. The first pitch of the 4th inning, swung on, fouled off to the right side of the concourse, and that'll be out of play, strike 1. So Wachter is the first hitter of the 4th inning for Blair. The catcher, he struck out looking back in the first. DeBuse fires home the pitch, swung on and missed, 0-2. Wachter struck out on 3 pitches, and he's in danger of doing so again. The 0-2 offering from DeBuse. In the dirt, doesn't get him to chase. It's 1-2. DeBuse at 31 pitches through 3 innings. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from DeBuse. It's just outside, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top of the 4th inning, 3-0 Elkhorn North. The pitch swung on, skied high into shallow center field. The shortstop lost it in the sun. The center fielder's the only hope, and he's on to make the catch in shallow center field as both the shortstop and the second baseman lost it in the sun. And fortunately enough, the center fielder Uchtman was able to race in and make the catch. So F8 for out number 1. And that brings up number 3 hitter in the Blair lineup, the starting center fielder, number 11, Brady Brown. Brown singled back in the 1st inning to right field. We're going to have a stoppage in play here, as there is the right fielder for Blair just had to run off the field. He's holding his phone. He just had to run off the field. I'm not sure what the stoppage in play is, as they're looking around in the dugout, asking what's going on. Blair is a little uneasy on how the game just stopped here. And it looks like He comes back in, sets the phone down, and trots back out to right field. It's not sure. Something medical related potentially, but ultimately everything seems to be good. The right fielder for Elkhorn North, number 24, Thiessen, jogs bat out to right field, and we're good to go. Potentially needing to go grab something from the concession stand. But nonetheless, we're ready to go once again. So one out here in the top of the fourth inning. No balls, no strikes to the three-hole hitter Brown as he watches strike one, 0-1. No balls, one strike, one out here in the top of the fourth inning. Debuse swung on and missed by Brown. Quickly 0-2 once again. Debuse done a good job getting ahead of hitters today. Just one hit allowed to this point. The 0-2 offering is low and away. So ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and missed, and Debuse gets him down swinging. And they'll throw it around the horn as now Jay-Sean Unger comes to the plate with 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. So now the head coach for Elkhorn North, Anthony Dunn, will come out and say, no doubles defense, play it deep. Jay-Sean Unger. Wind blowing slightly right to left here. As the pitch from Debuse. Watch it right down the middle, 0-1. Jay-Sean Unger, a tall, lengthy man, hitting from the right side. Facing the right arm of Debuse. This one's sky high, right side, but foul. That's heading for the gate. Folks might need to watch out for that one, and they duck out of the way after it already hits the ground. 3-0 is your score, top of the fourth inning. The pitch to Unger, blocked behind the plate by the catcher for Elkhorn North, Christensen, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Debuse with 2 outs in the fourth. It's low and away, ball 2. So Lincoln Northwest earlier today knocks off Waverly, eliminates Waverly from the tournament by a score of 3-0. Here's the pitch. This one roped out to right center field off the bat of Jay-Sean Unger. He's around first, motor in for second. Jay-Sean Unger will pull up at second base, and Unger has a 2-out double to the right center gap here in the top of the fourth inning. Just the second hit of the day off of Du Bois. So a 2-out double for Jay-Sean Unger, the future Husker, and that brings up number 13, the starting first baseman, Dylan Swanson. Swanson, the left-handed hitter, facing the right arm of Cole Debuse. And before Swanson can see his first pitch of the at-bat, they're going to have a conversation on the mound. 3-0 is your score. The pitch count for Debuse starting to run up there. No balls, no strikes. It will be the first pitch of the at-bat coming up against Debuse. Unger leads off at second base. The shortstop working him behind. The pitch to Swanson. Low and inside, ball 1. Be a great opportunity here for Blair if they can get a base knock to just cut into this 3-run deficit. Answer a 3-run inning with at least a run of your own. Swung on and missed. Swanson took a hearty cut at that one, and it's 1-1. The measurements here at Tal Anderson Field, 330 in left, 410 in straightaway center, and 330 in right. So pretty standard. As the 1-1 pitch swung on and missed again, 1-2. Swanson struck out swinging back in the second inning. He struck out for the first out of that second inning. The 1-2 pitch from Debuse. Fouled off left side. We'll do it again at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Blair trying to cut into this 3-run deficit. They trail 3-0. Low and inside, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. To Swanson. The pitch from Debuse. Up and away, ball 3. Good job by Swanson working the count, extending the at-bat to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Unger claps his hands at second base, cheers on his teammate who's at home plate. The payoff pitch with 2 outs in the top of the 4th, fouled off to the left side. 3-2 once again. Folks have some umbrellas out just to keep the sun off their neck. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4, really nice at bat from Dylan Swanson. So now runners are on first and second. Unger stands on second base after the 2-out double for the starting left fielder, number 1, Nelson Kosh. Nelson flew out to the center fielder back in the 2nd inning. So runners on first and second with 2 outs. 2 hits on the day for Blair. The pitch, just a tad inside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. This will be the 52nd pitch of the day for Elkhorn North starter Cole Debuse. He pauses at the belt, fires, up and away, ball 2. So Debuse starting to lose a little bit of command now, and the coach wants to talk things over. And so while they do that, we'll step aside as well. Come back in 30 seconds with a 2-0 count to the starting left fielder, Nelson Kosh, for Blair, with runners on first and second right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Welcome back in to Tal Anderson Field here. 2 balls, no strikes to Nelson Kosh, as runners are on first and second base for the Blair Bears. Debuse comes set. He fires the 2-0 pitch. This one lined up the middle, and it will be down for a hit. Around third is Jay Sean Unger being waved home, and he slides in head first, and the Blair Bears cut into the lead. It's now 3-1 Elkhorn North after the 2-out RBI single from Nelson Kosh. So a nice job there as Unger was able to be waved around third. The center fielder misplayed it just a tad, where Unger was able to swipe an extra 90 feet there. Swanson moves up to second, and Kosh occupies first base for number 23, Mann, as he swings and misses at the first one, 0-1. Owen Mann, this is at the plate, the starting second baseman. No balls, 1 strike as Debuse comes set. The pitch swung on and missed again, 0-2. Good response from Blair, able to maybe give up 3 runs in the bottom half of the 3rd, but in the top of the 4th, you at least get 1 back here. The pitch, just a tad outside, ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the visiting half of the 4th inning. Debuse comes set, runners on first and second. They'll check his swing. He did not go. It's ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Debuse comes set from the stretch, fires the 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and Debuse gets his 6th strikeout of the day, and Blair is able to get one back, but now trails just 3-1. We'll step aside, come back in the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be Elkhorn North up to bat. They will send hitters 7, 8, and 9 up to bat right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Nick Sander back with you from Tal Anderson Field in Omaha. New pitcher on for the Blair Bears as Lucas Matea's day is done. It'll be number 15, Andrew Korth, the sophomore. No record on the year, but he relieves Matea. So Matea's final stat line will be 3 innings pitched, 3 runs allowed, 3 hits allowed as well. So 3 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs for Lucas Matea. No errors yet in this game, so all runs are earned to this point. He'll face Reynolds, Asmus, and Uchtman in the home half of the 4th inning. So once again, Andrew Korth on in relief for Matea. 3-1 is your score. Elkhorn North leading the Blair Bears. So it'll be a righty-righty matchup to start. Matea grooved through those first 2 innings of work, but hit a speed bump in the 3rd and ultimately needed to be taken out after the 3rd. So now it's Korth's show here in the 4th. 7, 8, and 9 hitters. The first one from Korth is in there for a strike, 0-1. The Wolves sent 8 guys to the plate in that bottom of the 3rd inning. The pitch swung on and fouled to the left side. It'll be 0-2. Nice job of getting on top and staying on top by Andrew Korth early in the counts. Here's the 0-2 offering out of the windup from Andrew Korth. Low and away, ball 1. No balls, 1 strike. No, excuse me, 1 ball, 2 strikes, rather, to the Elkhorn North hitter, Reynolds. And a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate for a strike as Reynolds goes down in the form of a backwards K. So now that brings up the designated hitter, number 16. Number 16 for Elkhorn North, Ethan Asmus. Designated hitter got a single to right field last time up. As the pitch is up and in for a ball. The 1-0 offering in the dirt goes to the backstop, 2-0. Now the pitch is up out of the zone for a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The windup and the pitch on 3-0. Finds the zone, 3-1. Asmus, the designated hitter, singled back in the 3rd. Now getting another crack at it in the 4th. Uchtman, the center fielder, stands on deck. The 3-1 offering from the Blair Bears. Swung on, skied high in the shallow center field. Coming on as it is the center fielder and making the catch in time was number 11, Brady Brown. And so 2 outs now in the inning here in the bottom of the 4th. Now that brings up Alex Uchtman. Uchtman, the center fielder, he walked and ended up coming around to score in that 3rd inning of play. Another arm already getting loose in the Blair bullpen. 3-1 is your score. The first pitch, in there for a strike, 0-1. Once again, Blair with a really nice student section turnout, while Elkhorn North has just a large conglomerate of folks spread throughout the bleachers. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed, 0-2. So a big chance for Blair here after putting up a run in the top of the 4th to hang a 0. The 0-2 swung on and missed. He'll have to tag him to complete the drop 3rd strike, but they do, and Uchtman is down on strikes for out number 3. We go to the top half of the 5th inning. Your score, Elkhorn North 3 and Blair 1. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for the Bears in the visiting half of the 5th inning when we return in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Welcome back into Tal Anderson Field. Nick Sainert with you from the University of Nebraska Omaha's baseball complex. The softball field directly behind me. 3-1 is your score here at Tal Anderson Field. Cole Debuse back out there for another inning of work as this one's hit well through the 5-6 hole and for a base hit as number 14, the right fielder for Blair, Carter Saylor, is on with a leadoff single to start things in the 5th inning. So now that brings up the pitcher number 19 now, Joshua Grant, Blaine Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum will now be the pinch hitter as he fouls this one off, 0-1. Rosenbaum on the year as a hitter, hitting .231. This is just his 27th at-bat. Coming set is Debuse. Rosenbaum shows bunt, takes low and away. The back pick at first, not anywhere close. And it's 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Rosenbaum. Debuse comes set, fires, low and away again. And they wanted to back pick at first base Saylor again, but Saylor's not getting more than 8-9 feet off the bag. As Austin kind of talked about last night, maybe keep that one in your back pocket and call it good. As the 2-1 offering bunted down the first base line, but foul. So we'll do it again at 2-2. Once again, Austin Orman is en route. He will join me for the afternoon games. He'll also join me if he gets here before the conclusion of this game, but for sure for the two Class A games later this afternoon and evening, we have Lincoln Southwest and Millard South coming up at 4 p.m. and the other one between Prep and Elkhorn South to follow. The 2-2 offering, low and away, ball 3. So this will be our final Class B matchup until the state title on Friday. Class B plays at Tal Anderson Field tomorrow. We're going to be at Warner with Class A. Lincoln East plays at 10 a.m. against the winner of Millard South and Lincoln Southwest. And if whoever that is, whether that's Lincoln Southwest / Millard South, if they win over the Spartans, then we'll have another game to follow at 12. And it's a base on balls now for Rosenbaum as he takes ball 4 low and away, moving up to second is Saylor, and it looks like the day may be done for Cole Debuse as the coach makes the slow walk out to the pitcher's mound. We'll see if he pulls the plug. We'll stop aside, come back in 30 seconds right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
So Elkhorn North and Anthony Dunn going to stick with Cole Debuse as he'll pitch out of the stretch. Runners on first and second base, nobody out in the top of the 5th inning. Blair is threatening again with nobody out. It is the top of the order as well with Jacobson. Jacobson showing bunt. He'll pull back and take ball 1, low and away, 1-0. Jacobson, the starting shortstop, .313 average on the season. Don't forget, Elkhorn North, actually the 2 seed in the state tournament, as the 1-0 pitch, also low and away, 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. And that is now 4 straight balls from Cole Debuse. We'll see what Blair decides to do. They'll show bunt, pull back, take ball 3. 3 balls in a row to the hitter Jacobson as he's been trying to sacrifice himself. And he was just given the red light by his third base coach. And he watches ball 4 go by, another walk. And quickly out of the dugout is Anthony Dunn. And that will be all for Cole Debuse. We'll step aside, come back in 2 minutes right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Number 20, Garrett Ringenberg is the new pitcher out there to relieve Cole DeBuse. And so Ringenberg will inherit bases loaded with nobody out here in the top of the fifth inning. Righty on righty matchup as the catcher Wachter comes in and steps up to the plate. Once again, nobody out as Saylor is on third, Rosenbaum is on second, and as we mentioned, Jacobson on first. The first pitch of the at-bat is fouled back 0-1 to the catcher, number 5, Nathan Wachter, 3-1 your score. Bases are loaded. Here's the pitch. Swung on, drilled through the 5-6 hole. That will score 1. And with nobody out, the third base coach is just going to hold the second runner at third base. But Wachter delivers here in the top of the fifth inning to make it 3-2. So a nice job by Wachter hammering that one through the 5-6 hole in between the third baseman and the shortstop. Everybody advances 90 feet, including Saylor, who comes in to score, and it's 3-2. So nice job by the catcher, Nathan Wachter, as he is able to deliver a clutch RBI single, and that makes way for Brown, the starting center fielder. This is Brady Brown. They will also turn to a courtesy runner over at first base in the form of number 25, Jacob Gaskill. So Gaskill will be the courtesy runner at first base for the catcher, Wachter. So righty on righty matchup here as Brown enters the batter's box. Bases are loaded here at Tal. The pitch, breaking ball swung on and missed. Looked like maybe number 20, the pitcher, Ringenberg, left that one a little higher and in the zone than he may have wanted to, but it all worked out as Blair swung and missed. We're going to have a stoppage in play here. And now it looks like a new baseball is going to be given. So 3-2 is your score. Nobody out here in the top of the fifth. Blair gave up 3 runs in the bottom half of the third inning, got one back on an RBI double that scored Jayshon Unger in the fourth, and then now I've gotten 1 here, but there's 3 still on base. The breaking ball, just a tad outside, 1-1. Speaking of Jayshon Unger, the future Husker is in the on-deck circle. 3-2 is your score. Elkhorn North, the 2 seed, trying to get out of a jam. The pitch, up, way out of the zone. Nice snag behind the plate by Christensen, and that is ball 2. So once again, bases are currently loaded with Rosenbaum at third, Jacobson at second, and Gaskill, the courtesy runner, at first. The pitch swung on, hammered, right side, that's down in fair territory. 1 run will score as Jacobson being waved around third, and he will score. And just like that, the Blair Bears have a 4-3 lead here in the top of the fifth after a no-out RBI single, 2 RBI single off the bat of Brady Brown. A really nice piece of hitting by Brady Brown as Gaskill only advances 90 feet, but Rosenbaum scores, Jacobson scores, and Blair, the 7 seed, is up by a run on the 2 seed, Elkhorn North. They now lead at 4-3. Runners on first and second for Jayshon Unger. Unger doubled to the right center gap, hit it really well to the wall back in his last time up in the 4th inning. 3 runs have come across the plate here in the top of the 5th for the Blair Bears. 1-0 offering. Unger, hardy cut, misses it. 1-1. Jay-Sean Unger. Senior this year. Statistically the best hitter on this Blair team. Right in front of Brady Brown, who we saw hit in the 3-hole. The pitch. This one fouled off backwards. We'll do it at 1-2. Jay-Sean Unger hitting just under 400 on the season. Second in the team in batting average, I should say, behind Brady Brown. Unger, 3 home runs, though, on the season. He steps in. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jay-Sean Unger. The pitch. Skied high, shallow right side. It is in foul territory, in play, and the first baseman hauls it in for out number 1. So the first out of the inning is in the form of a fly out from Jay-Sean Unger to the first baseman. F3 on the putout, and that is out number 1, bringing up the first baseman, number 13, Dylan Swanson. Swanson walked his last time up in the 4th inning, ended up advancing to second, but then was stranded there at the end of the inning. The pitch, low and inside, ball 1. So once again, number 20, Garrett Ringenberg, came in to relieve Cole DeBuse and has now given up a couple of runs and the lead. The 1-0 pitch up and away, 2-0. DeBuse was rolling. He was doing really well prior to this inning in the top of the 5th. Even that top of the 4th, he just allowed Jay-Sean Unger to piece one up and then allowed a jam shot to get muscled through the center field or in front of the center fielder for an RBI. And quickly, things are unraveling here for Elkhorn North. It's 3-0. 4-3, the Blair Bears lead by 1. 3 balls, no strikes now to Swanson, the first baseman. Probably has the red light here against Ringenberg, who struggled to find the zone. The 3-0 pitch. Low and inside, gets to the backstop, doesn't matter, as everybody will advance 90 feet on the 4-pitch walk. So now, here's Blair trying to put up a crooked number. It looks like number 3, Brock Marler, is going to be in the bullpen warming up in left field. And Anthony Dunn wants to talk a couple of things over. So with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning, we'll step aside, come back in 30 seconds right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Nick Sander back with you, and now joined by Austin Orman. Austin, welcome to Tal Anderson Field as bases are loaded for the left-handed hitter number 1, Nelson Kosh. Kosh, the starting left fielder, bases are juiced, 1 out here, and Ringenberg fires a fastball outside for a ball 1-0.
Ringenberg's having a tough time, Nick. It's either too high or too low, and then if it's a strike, it's right over the middle. Not really piecing around the edge of the zone at all so far.
Ringenberg comes set, fires the 1-0 pitch, and a back pick at third, high, but a jumping effort by the third baseman saves it from going into left field. And back in time was the runner at third. In this case, it was Gaskill. So Gaskill is at third. He got on because he's the courtesy runner for Wachter, who singled. And then Brown got on via single. This one a bouncer to shortstop. He touches second for 1. Over to first in time. A big double play. A 6-3 double play as the shortstop stepped on second base and fired it over to first in time to get out of the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. That could have been a lot worse if you're an Elkhorn North supporter, but they allow 3 runs and they give up the lead as number 19, number 19 for the Blair Bears, Blaine Rosenbaum, is back out onto the mound to pitch for Blair in the bottom half of the 5th inning when we come back on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Nick Sainert, Austin Orman back with you. It's the bottom of the 5th inning as this game's pace has slowed down a little bit after a couple of crooked numbers put up in the last 3 innings. 3 in the bottom half of the 3rd for Elkhorn North, 1 in the top of the 4th for Blair, and then 3 in the top of the 5th for the Blair Bears, and they lead Elkhorn North 4-3 now. So once again, back out there, it'll be Rosenbaum. He had 17 pitches in his 1 inning of relief in the bottom half of the 4th where he hung a 0. The first pitch is just upstairs, ball 1, to the leadoff hitter, number 24, the starting right fielder, Chris Thiessen. Rosenbaum quickly back out there, ready to get going again, as swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blaine Rosenbaum, a little bit of a violent motion, right? It doesn't look like maybe he could be able to control it well enough, but a violent motion that can throw off some of the hitters. A 1-1 pitch from Rosenbaum, right down the middle, 1-2. Wind blowing slightly in towards home plate, maybe to the left, more so angled at the third base bag, if you will. As the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch from Rosenbaum, did he go around? He did. And so Thiessen strikes out swinging to start things in the 5th inning. So in the bottom of the 5th, Thiessen goes down swinging for out number 1, and that brings up the starting left fielder, number 11, Colin Novacek. Novacek grounded out to the second baseman his first time up, doubled back in the 3rd, had an RBI double. Swung on the first pitch, and it's fouled off to the left side, 0-1.
Big moment here for probably the best player on the team, Nick. Nebraska commit Colin Novacek. This is where you see that championship level response from Elkhorn North. That's what you're looking to see if you're a Wolves fan.
Novacek, he gets drilled in the back ankle. So how about that? The baseball missed his front ankle, his right ankle, but it drills him in the back foot. And so on his heel, I've never seen a baseball. It has to be thrown perfectly to be able to find that spot of your body. And ultimately enough, he gets awarded first base on the hit by pitch.
Every so often you see a pitcher throw a slider down and into a guy that goes through his wickets, but rarely, if ever, do you see it hit that back ankle, like you said.
So now that brings up Selmeyer, number 3, the first baseman, number 2, Bodie Selmeyer. Selmeyer 0 for 2 today. The first pitch hits the outside corner, 0-1. Nobody up and working for Blair in their bullpen down the right field line. Down the left field line, though, you can see a couple of bodies going to work for Elkhorn North. Novacek gets the lead at first. Gets checked. The pitch fouled off. Back our direction, 0-2.
Selmeyer wants that one back. That was his pitch. I like the approach going after that one just underneath it.
No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th. Novacek leads off at first. As the pitch home, swung on, drilled out right field. Fairly routine. The right fielder under it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So F9 on the putout, and Novacek has to retreat to first base. So that brings up number 1, the starting shortstop, Jet Grossert. Grossert a 371 hitter on the season, hitting cleanup in the Wolves lineup today. Walked back in the second inning, had that sacrifice fly in the third. So as Novacek gets his leadoff at first base, here comes the first pitch of the at-bat, and that hit the corner for a strike, 0-1.
Perfect spot there if you're Rosenbaum, but if you are Grossert, shoot that right through the left side. I think Novacek can get first to third with as deep as the left fielder's playing.
4-3 is your score. Blair, the pitch, knocked out foul, left side, 0-2 quickly here to Grossert. As we're in the bottom of the fifth inning, we play 7 innings here in the state high school baseball tournament. The pitcher, Rosenbaum, comes set. Novacek leads off at first. The 0-2 pitch, just inside. 1-2. Good miss if you're Rosenbaum.
Great spot for that one. It didn't look like Grossert was ready to get his hands in and turn on that baseball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. This will be the 25th pitch of the relief appearance for Rosenbaum. Novacek, backdoor breaker, doesn't catch the corner. It's 2-2.
It's a 50-50 call on that one, Nick. We've seen it called both ways.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here as we approach the 2 o'clock hour in Omaha. Rosenbaum comes set. Wouldn't be surprised to see a runner go here, but Novacek stays put. And on the corner, it's a changeup, and it strikes out Grossert for out number 3. It's a backwards K for the cleanup man in the Elkhorn North order, and Blair responds after scoring 3 runs in their half inning. They put up a 0 in the bottom half against Elkhorn North. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Blair leads 4-3 over the Elkhorn North Wolves here at Tal Anderson Field in Omaha.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Due up in the visiting half of the 6th inning, it will be 7, 8, and 9 hitters. And starting off, number 23, Owen Mann, he swings through a first pitch fastball, 0-1. So once again, Owen Mann, the leadoff hitter in this inning. Oh, no balls, 1 strike. Watches ball 1 just a tad outside, 1-1. Blair's been able to get to the pitching of Elkhorn North a lot more successfully here in the later innings. 1-1 offering, way outside, 2-1.
Ringenberg might need to stride a little further out there, Nick. He's missing high a lot, and he's missing outside a lot, which leads me to believe that front leg is coming down maybe a little too close to his body, which means he can't open all the way up and square up to home as he throws it.
Chest flies open, and therefore, if your chest angled towards the sky, where's the ball going to go? And straight up. 2 balls, 1 strike, as Austin mentioned, Ringenberg looking for a strike, and he gets one in the form of a swinging strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes coming up to Owen Mann. Could be a big first out here for Ringenberg. The 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed. Ringenberg, his head went all the way into 360, and that is a strikeout for out number 1. So Owen Mann goes down swinging. That brings up the starting right fielder, number 14, Carter Saylor. Saylor is 1 for 2. He grounded out to the shortstop back in the 3rd inning and singled and ended up scoring in the 5th. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat. It's high fly ball. This one will stay in play. The third baseman battling the sun, able to get over and field it for out number 2. So a quick 2 outs here for Ringenberg.
Didn't really have to battle the sun until that ball reached its apex. It's basically straight overhead right now, and it'll eventually be coming from basically just over our right shoulder as we look out on the field. It's tough for everyone. It's just that high in the sky.
4-3 your score. Blair leads by 1 over Elkhorn North. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat, lined right but foul to the 9 hitter in the lineup. This is the pitcher Rosenbaum. 0-1 the count. Especially now that Ringenberg's going to have to attack the bottom half of the order. You got to get a successful outing here as he gets Rosenbaum swinging and missing for strike 2. You don't want to have to deal with the top of the order until it's absolutely necessary, which, hypothetically speaking, would be next inning. Fouled off to the right side. We'll do it again at 0-2.
Ringenberg's had a little bit of issues throwing strikes early in this outing. So, Nick, I don't even mess around with chase pitches. I try to locate perfectly here.
0-2 pitch. Short bouncer to third. Fielded cleanly by the third baseman, and he lost control of the baseball on the transfer. And so that allowed Rosenbaum to reach safely on the infield single. So that turns the lineup over, and we get to see the starting shortstop, number 2, Tanner Jacobson. Jacobson, so far today, 0 for 2. He walked back in the 5th inning, ended up scoring. He grounded out to the second baseman to start the game on the first pitch, but then also flew out to the second baseman back in the 3rd inning. They'll have a courtesy runner for the pitcher over at first base. So, yes, you do get to courtesy run for both the catcher and the pitcher. And this time it is number 17, Jackson Livingston. So now, number 2, Tanner Jacobson comes up to bat. Right on right matchup with Livingston leading off at first base. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Ringenberg delivers. First pitch strike in there, 0-1. I think that's something you have to do. You can't concern yourself with the runner at first base. Worry about this guy. Get out of the inning. This is probably Ringenberg's last game or last inning, and you're probably going to get into the 7th inning with only a 1-run lead, or 1-run deficit rather. The pitch swung on, high, shallow, fly ball to the right fielder. Under it is the right fielder, and able to make the catch was Thiessen for out number 3. So there you go. Ringenberg does his job in the top of the 6th inning, holds him scoreless. We will get to see what happens in the bottom of the 6th in just a moment. It's 5, 6, and 7 due up for Elkhorn North in the home half of the 6th inning. You're listening to Class B State Baseball on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
Nick Standard, Austin Norman back with you as we enter the bottom of the 6th inning. Elkhorn North running out of outs as this is an elimination game. Elkhorn North trails by 1, 4-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Once again, out there is Blaine Rosenbaum to continue doing the pitching as number 21 for Blair. Lucas Matea trotted down to the bullpen, but he's already thrown, so not sure why he's running on out there. First pitch of the at-bat is a ball up out of the zone, ball 1. So once again, Rosenbaum came in relief. The 1-0 pitch right down the middle, strike 1. This is Tyson Fancher up to bat. Fancher, 1 for 1 today. He doubled back in the second and walked in the third. This one hit well out to the right center gap. Right fielder racing over. He will not get there. It bounces all the way past him. Still bouncing in front of the warning track, and Fancher strolls into second with a stand-up double, as that was a poor cut and angle made by the right fielder, but nonetheless, Tyson Fancher able to get in with a leadoff double in the bottom of the 6th.
Just what the doctor ordered for Elkhorn North, a runner in scoring position with no outs. Now you have a lot of options on the table, Nick. You can do that push bunt to third. You might pull it down the first baseline if you think that Christensen is speedy enough to make it work. The angle from the right fielder, I'm not totally against if you're going to catch the ball, right? It looks like a bad route because it bounced. He wasn't able to get there. That's one where you know your center fielder is there, Nick. If that's the angle you're going to take, I think you lay out, make the effort to at least get a glove on the ball, because if not, your center fielder is right there. He's the one that picked it up at the end anyways.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to get Fancher at second base either way. So nonetheless, you were going to surrender a double. Fancher is actually pinch ran for. It's going to be Aiden McBreen out there now at second base. First one grounded to the right side. This does the job. Similar. Now the second baseman bobbles it, and the runner will be safe at first. Elkhorn North has something cooking after a leadoff double and an error by the second baseman for Blair, number 23, Owen Mann.
That's a killer, Nick. Blair had the free out there. The batter did his job perfectly. Get a ground ball to the right side, and that's why I think the mantra in baseball, but especially high school baseball, is put the ball in play, whether it's a bunt or a ground ball. The defense, no matter how good a team is defensively, it's still high school baseball. We see just little mistakes like that all the time. Now Elkhorn North's in business. They can put that runner at first in motion, and, with runners on the corners, it's basically a free 90 feet. So that could be 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. Yikes.
There you have it. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Things can change in a hurry and get away from you if you're Blair, because if they were to allow this lead to be given up, and even if Elkhorn North is in front after the end of this half inning, you're looking and going, well, we only have 3 outs to work with now. So it is the bottom of the 6th inning. Runners on the corners as McBreen, the pinch runner, is at third, and now Christensen is at first. The second baseman, number 9, Jace Reynolds, is up to bat. He's 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout looking. Nobody on. They'll run, pull back, and they will concede second base as Jace Reynolds takes strike 1. So now, to your point, Austin, runners at second and third, nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th, then the go-ahead run is just 180 feet away. But before that, we're going to have time by the catcher. So infield is in. Corners are especially in.
The read for the runner on third base is you see the ball down or you see the ball up, right? If it's just a one-hopper right at someone, you got to freeze. If it's a line drive, you got to freeze. If it's a high chopper, really read. If you get a good break, you can take off for home, but better safe than sorry with nobody out.
I would also like to add, Reynolds was the guy earlier in the game that wasn't able to get the safety squeeze bunt down and ultimately allowed Grosser to get doubled up at third base back in the 2nd inning. They had the same situation here in the 2nd inning, did Elkhorn North. Runners on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. A chopper, third base side. Unger fields it, throws over to first. What a stretch, but he is not in time, as it looks like Swanson, his shoulder is hurt as he can't bend his shoulder. Now he can. There we go. That was alarming for a moment. Swanson wasn't able to bend the shoulder. And that's the second inaccurate throw that we've seen Jay Sean Unger make. Swanson bailed him out. Swanson bailed him out on the first one where he spiked it. But now that time, that one was off to Swanson's right side. He is a lefty. His glove side is on his right side of his body. But he was not able to stay on the base. So an infield single or an error on the third baseman, rather, makes it bases loaded with nobody out.
Good catch there by Swanson over at first base. But, Nick, that's some of the difference we see from levels, too. A lot of shorter, stockier guys at first base where maybe a taller, lankier Matt Olson-style first baseman is able to stretch and pick that one cleanly for an out.
So bases are loaded, nobody out.
Not the end of the world, though, because they had that free base. The run didn't score. That was the correct read by the runner at third base. So now for Blair, the way you take advantage of this is you're able to go home on anything that's on the ground.
1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch, and it fouls off the leg in the batter's box of Asmus. Strike 1. I mentioned earlier at the start of this game, Omaha softball was practicing behind us as they were the Summit League champions, so they were able to have the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. A couple players now made the trek over to watch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Up and in, 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. 4-3 is your score. Blair clinging on to a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Bases are juiced with nobody out. The 2-1 offering. Low and away, ball 3.
Nowhere to put him, Nick. You have to challenge him here. This is a situation where if you're a pitcher, you don't necessarily need a strikeout, but I think it's helpful here. Get that first out, and then anything on the ground can turn into a double play, but you can't get a strikeout without strike 2 first.
3 balls, 1 strike. Rosenbaum lifts the leg and fires. Strike 2 on the inside corner. 3-2.
Wonder what 16 was looking for there. That seemed like a pretty good pitch to
especially on a fastball, too. Mm-hmm. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch from Rosenbaum to, Asmus, the hitter. Swung on, grounded, left side, out of the reach of the shortstop. The runner from second into third hops over the shortstop. He goes home, and Elkhorn North has a 1-run lead. It was just out of the reach of the outstretched shortstop for Blair, since they were playing in. If middle infield was playing normal depth, then you're talking about potentially having a force out at third, allowing the first run to score to tie the game, but a force out at third. But now, after a 2 RBI single from Asmus, runners are on first and second with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Great diving effort by Jacobson. Just hopped over his glove. If that's on grass, I wonder if it doesn't die right into his glove. But I think it just bounced over. And good base running. That's a really good read from the runner on second base to be able to score on that single.
So now it's Uckman. As he shows bunt, pulls back, takes ball 1. Uckman, the center fielder. He is 0 for 1 today. Struck out back in the 4th, walked in the 3rd. The 1-0 offering from Rosenbaum. He pitches out of the stretch, bunted down left side, and it's foul. Unfortunate that Uckman couldn't get it down because Jayshon Unger is playing even with the bag, if not a couple of steps behind.
Didn't get the bat all the way squared around to that ball. Bat was kind of pointed back toward the stands. That's why it went foul.
1 ball, 1 strike. Now Unger takes a step in. The pitch, bunted foul once again. 1-2.
Same thing. Plus he dropped the bat head this time.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th. Runners on first and second base. Swanson at first base is in on the cut. Unger now back 2 steps behind third base bag. The pitch, backdoor breaker, didn't touch the zone. 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes as Rosenbaum tries to maneuver out of this inning. We know one thing, Blair will have 3 outs to keep their season alive in the top half of the 7th. The pitch, just upstairs, 3-2. So Reynolds is at second, Asmus is at first, and Uckman has a full count at the plate. Approaching 2:15 p.m. here at Tal Anderson Field in Omaha. The pitch from Rosenbaum. Upstairs, same exact spot, and it is ball 4. So another walk for Rosenbaum, and if you're Blair, you might want to think about making a change as we have a conversation, and looks like the change may be coming for the Blair Bears as number 25 for Blair, Jacob Gaskill, is standing on the steps. We'll see if he's the guy when we come back right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
So it will be number 25, Jacob Gaskill, as he comes on to try to get Blair out of this bottom of the sixth inning. Rosenbaum goes out. Bases will be loaded. Runners on first, second, and third base after the no-out walk just a moment ago. So just to recap this inning for the Elkhorn North Wolves, it started with a leadoff double by Tyson Fancher. Then Christensen on an error by the second baseman reached first, and Fancher then moved on to third, obviously. Reynolds reached on an error by Jay Sean Unger, and he reached first there. He still stands on third base. Then a 2 RBI single from Asmus scored both Fancher and Christensen, and now Uchtman has the walk to load the bases. So now it's the top of the order, and it's the right fielder, number 24, Chris Thiessen. So Thiessen currently 1 for 2 today. He struck out last time up in the fifth inning. Singled back in the third and flew out to the shortstop to start the game on the first pitch in the bottom of the first, rather. So bases are loaded. Gaskill on the mound, and he has to have a conversation with the catcher before we get rolling here.
The strategy hasn't changed for either team here, Nick. If you're Elkhorn North, I still think you want to look opposite field here, shoot something to the right side. But if you're Blair, keep it on the ground, on the infield, or even a strikeout here, I think goes a long way.
So once again, 2 runs have been across here in the bottom of the sixth inning. 5-4, Elkhorn North out in front by 1. Gaskill from the stretch fires. Breaking ball skied high, but that will get out of play. Foul ball. So no balls, 1 strike coming up to Chris Thiessen,
I like the decision to tag on that, because if someone's going to make a play on that, it's probably the shortstop for Blair, Tanner Jacobson. He's going away from home plate, leaning over the railing. Not very far from home plate. That's a tough throw to make, getting momentum back square.
No balls, 1 strike here. Gaskill comes set, fires away, breaking ball, ground to the shortstop, bodied up. He's going to fire it home. It's an inaccurate throw. It hits the bat, and so everybody's going to have to stay put now. That was going to go to the backstop. I think the shortstop for Blair, in this case, it was Jacobson, had time as the catcher for Blair, which in this case was Wachter, was anchoring the home plate bag, and it was an inaccurate throw, but it drilled the bat that the batter used and dropped right outside the batter's box. The ball popped right up in the air. The catcher didn't have to run all the way to the backstop to grab it, but 1 run does score, and the bases are still loaded with nobody out. So I'm going to still rule that as an error, Austin, just because that was a play that probably should have been made by the shortstop there, Jacobson.
Even with the bobble, you're right, he had time. It looked like he tried to overthrow it. He really yanked that low and out.
So 1 ball, no strikes now, and this one roped to right field. First step was in. Now jumps, makes the catch, tagging at third for Elkhorn North, and they will score again as it is now 7-4. Elkhorn North out in front by 3. So Asmus tags from third, and they have put up 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Hardest hit ball of the inning there off the bat of Novacek, right at the right fielder. Wouldn't have had a chance. He's playing pretty deep. That ball was hit pretty well. I think that run scores anyways.
So once again, that is a sac fly from Novacek for the second out of the inning. Now standing on first base, it'll be Thiessen. On second, it's Uchtman. And in the box, Selmeyer, the 3-hole hitter with with 1 out rather. So that's the problem, is there's only just 1 out here in this one. Roped up the middle for a base hit. Rounding second, going home is Uchtman. The cutoff throw, and he is safe. And so another one as Elkhorn North just continues to pour it on in this bottom of the 6th inning. They've put up 5 runs, and they lead 8-4.
Great piece of hitting right back up the box. That was a great dive and tag by Wachter. If the throw would have been a split second earlier, it was perfectly placed. Way to tag the runner on his way by, but instead with Swanson over at first base having to get low and pick it, he had to regather himself to make that throw to the plate.
So it is a single, but advanced to second on the throw home. And so runners are now on second and third with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 7 hits apiece, if you can believe it. 2 errors for Blair, but a 4-run differential on the scoring column. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch. Breaking ball stays up out of the zone. Ball 1 to Grosser. In the on-deck circle is Tyson Fancher, excuse me. He started off this inning with a double. Feels like forever ago. Now the 1-0 pitch, in there for a strike, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 7 hits apiece for each side. Runners on second and third as Thiessen is on third and Selmeyer's on second. Ball in the dirt, blocked behind the dish, and it's 2-1.
Crucial block there by Wachter. I mean, you've already given up 5 runs this inning. The lead is gone. You have to do everything you can to staunch the bleeding, keep it as close as possible. You only have 3 outs to work with.
Yeah, Blair, is going to have to score at least 4, if not more, in the top half of the 7th inning if they want to keep their season alive. The pitch swung on and missed by Grosser. 2 balls, 2 strikes on a fastball in from Gaskill. So Gaskill on the mound in relief of Rosenbaum, who relieved the starter Matea. The pitch low in the dirt, 3-2. First base is open.
You can afford to be a little careful here, right? You can try to dot up, spot something on the outside or the bottom of the zone because, again, if you put the man on first base, keeps the double play in order, you can start it at home plate.
8-4 your score. The payoff pitch grounded first base side, but foul. We'll do it again at 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. 8-4 is your score. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runners on second and third. Full count, payoff pitch to Grosser, the Elkhorn North shortstop. Swung on and missed. A big strikeout for Jacob Gaskill. And now that is out number 2 in the bottom of the 6th. So now that brings up Tyson Fancher. Fancher started this inning with a leadoff double, advanced to third on an error, and ultimately scored on a single from Asmus. But now they're going to intentionally walk Tyson Fancher, put him on first base, and bring up Christensen, the catcher.
I like that decision. With only 1 out to get, you can go to any base now. Fancher led off the inning with that double. I think that's just a smart decision, right? Give your pitcher the ability to work out of the windup if he wants to. And again, force it all 4 bases.
So 8-4 is your score. Here's the pitch. Low out of the zone, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Christensen, the catcher. Christensen, a left-handed hitter, throws righty, but hits from the left side of the plate. Gaskill asks for the sign once again, comes set from the stretch. Lifts the leg, fires. This one a chopper to first base, fielded by Swanson, and he steps on the bag for out number 3. We'll step aside as we head to the top of the 7th inning. It's 8-4 Elkhorn North after they put up 5 runs in the bottom half of the 6th inning here at Tal Anderson Field in Omaha on 93.7 The Ticket.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
So Elkhorn North puts up a cricket number in the bottom half of the sixth inning. The reason that could also be big is now there's a little bit more breathing room for Ringenberg on the mound. Elkhorn North, who, if this score holds, will have another game tomorrow, and they're going to need pitchers. They're going to need depth out of that bullpen. They're going to need relievers. If you can allow Ringenberg to go a little longer here in this seventh inning, you don't have to bring in a reliever, and you'll be okay going into tomorrow. So that not only obviously wins today's game, but it also maybe puts Elkhorn North and allows them to stay in a little bit better of a shape in terms of depth in the bullpen going forward in the state tournament. It will be 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Blair lineup as this one's fouled off backside, 0-1. That will be something to watch also in Class A later today is depth, the differences, and maybe we'll truly learn that and see the effects of it tomorrow and on Friday as the catcher Wachter fouls off another one 0-2. But in Class A, the teams that are 2-0 have a lead, have a leg up, are in the driver's seat, the Lincoln East teams, the Millard Wests of the state. How much of an advantage is that being 2-0, not having to use relievers today and tomorrow? So here's the pitch on 0-2, ball one in the dirt.
The other thing I'm curious to watch is those teams get today off. Mm-hmm. Do they use the day off effectively? Is it a rest day, or baseball is such a rhythm sport? Would have been better to keep playing almost.
And it hits him. So it hits Wachter. Wachter will take his free bag, hit by pitch, and he'll be on first base with nobody out. Good way to start if you are Blair, better than an out, obviously. So now that brings up Brady Brown. Brady is the center fielder today wearing number 11. He is 2 for 3 today. Got 2 singles, one in the fifth, one in the first, and struck out swinging back in the fourth. In that fifth inning, Blair put up 3 runs. 3 runs in the bottom of the third for Elkhorn North, 1 in the top of the fourth, 3 in the top of the fifth for Blair, and 5 in the bottom of the sixth for Elkhorn North. And that's how we got to an 8-4 Wolves lead over the Blair Bears. Take strike 1, outside corner 0-1, and Ringenberg ready to go once again. The pitch, breaking ball, stays up out of the zone, 1-1. Still on relative good time. Part of that is that there was an hour and 43-minute ball game to start us off at 10 a.m. Next game slated to begin at 4 p.m., and that's a Class A matchup between Lincoln Southwest and Millard South. The 1-1 offering stayed upstairs, 2-1, to the 3-hole hitter, center fielder Brady Brown. Wachter can't have a courtesy runner because now Gaskill is the pitcher out there. And so now hitting it foul right side was Brown, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the 7th inning. Nobody out yet, but Blair needing 4 runs to force a bottom of the 7th or even extra innings. So Ringenberg, the right-handed pitcher, comes set, fires, outside, 3-2. Things just may get a little uncomfortable if Blair's able to load the bases here, especially with a couple of their hitters coming up in Unger and Swanson. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, top of 7. The pitch, just inside, missed the corner, and that's ball 4.
Challenged him outside on 2-2. brought it back inside on the full count pitch. That's an incredibly prescient take. Just off the plate on the inside. That's tough. I like the pitch sequencing from Elkhorn North. Even better approach in the batter's box there by Brady Brown.
Yeah, great discipline by the 3-hole hitter, Brady Brown, to lay off a couple of those spots. So this now to Jay-Sean Unger. Unger doubled back in the 4th. He is since flied out to the first baseman. Takes ball 1 low and away, the 1-0 pitch to Unger, and it drills him. So now, folks, a little bit of curiosity on what Elkhorn North wants to do as the bases are loaded. It's a 4-run differential, and I think they're going to make the change or at least run somebody down to the bullpen. They haven't had somebody working. I think they wanted Ringenberg to be able to close this one out, but instead they are going to pull the baseball from him and bring in a new pitcher. We'll step aside, come back in 30 seconds, or 90 seconds rather, and tell you about the new pitcher when we come back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into Tal Anderson Field. Once again, it would be a perfect day if we could just open the window, Austin. I'm serious. Like the view is great. The view is great. I have scoured this thing in the press box time and time again, looking at every seal, wondering, okay, are we able to pull like a cord to open this window? Is it full open the window? At the new Union Bank Stadium, it has the full window.
Yeah.
But here
next year, we invest in a glass cutter.
There you go. That's all we got to do. And then
then a deal with Safe Light.
Then we bolt, get out of here, and so that way they don't have to talk to us about it. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. Bases loaded for the first baseman, Swanson, as he swings and misses at that first one from a new pitcher, and this is Chris Thiessen. He comes in from right field to try to slam the door in the top of the 7th inning. The pitch from Thiessen missed outside, 1-1.
Trying to picture how that conversation with the Omaha Athletic Director Adrian Dowell would go.
Probably not very well. Pretty sure we wouldn't be able to see Tal Anderson Field anymore. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Floater to second base. The runner at first, Jay-Sean Unger, the future Husker, ends up getting doubled up at first base. He was off with the swing of the bat. And that will eventually feel like that's the kind of nail in the coffin there, as there's now 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. A base running miscue for Jay-Sean Unger. And there are 2 outs now in the top of the 7th inning. No balls, no strikes now to Nelson Kosh. The first pitch of the at-bat, roped to center field on a line, and the diving catch unable to be made by the center fielder. 2 runs will score, and sliding into second is Nelson Kosh, as this has been trimmed to a 8-6 lead.
Blair's third base coach dropped his head immediately. He knows Unger would have been at least on third base, if not in to score and make it a 1-run game. Nick, that is a killer mistake there by Jay-Sean Unger. the worst time possible to lose your mind. A great piece of hitting right back up the box. Great effort, great line drive all around. Man, if you're Blair, you're still alive, right? Despite the mistake, you still have life. You've made this a 2-run ball game. Another hit. Here you are. It's a 1-run game.
There you go. Tying run is at the plate in the form of number 8, Hans Sorensen. Left-handed hitter with a runner at second base is Nelson Kosh. 8-6 your score. The first pitch of the at-bat is in there for a strike, 0-1.
Also want to credit Novacek for great hustle from right field. If you're going to end the game, you have to be sure you're going to make that catch. That ball could have rolled even further had Novacek not been on his horse, and that would have been either runner on third or touch them all.
So 8-6 is your score after Blair has scored 2 in the top of the 7th. The pitch grounded up the middle, fielded, no, buffed by the shortstop, and staying at third is going to be Nelson Kosh, the shortstop for Elkhorn North. Jet Grossert let it go through his legs, and Blair is still alive. But now you want to talk about the evolution, Austin, as now that Jayshon Unger error or miscue would have scored a run. The tie-in run would be 90 feet away with less than 2 outs.
Here comes Owen Mann into pinch run on Sorensen. And Nick, if I'm Elkhorn North, I think I throw this one through. I try to get that out because this run on third base doesn't mean as much. If the runner is allowed to get to second base on a simple single, might tie the game.
Yeah, Owen Mann was the original hitter in that spot. He got pinch hit for by Hans Sorensen and now re-enters at first base. So 8-6 is your score. The tie-in run is on first base after Elkhorn North put up 5 runs in the bottom half of the 6th. First pitch, low and away, ball 1 to number 14, the right fielder, Carter Saylor. So 1 ball, no strikes. Once again, Chris Thiessen, the man on the mound for Elkhorn North. 1-0 or 1-0 the count, and it misses low and in. So 8-6 is your score. 2 balls, no strikes coming up to the 8 hitter in the Blair lineup, Saylor. 3 balls, no strikes after the 2-0 ball stays upstairs.
The last thing you want to do is give that trail runner the free 90 feet here, Nick. You stayed put at first base. If you load the bases with a walk, there it is. A single ties the game.
So 8-6 is your score. 3 balls, no strikes to Saylor. The pitch from Thiessen is up and away. Ball 4. So now the bases are loaded for the Blair Bears with 2 outs in the inning. And we're going to have a conference on the mound.
This is a huge spot for Jacob Gaskill, Nick. He was the pitcher that allowed those 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. If you're that young man over there, you have to find a way to slow yourself down, right? You can't make up for everything that went wrong that previous inning on the mound with 1 swing. Be calm, stay within yourself. Don't try to do too much.
So coming up to the plate is going to be number 25, Jacob Gaskill. Now, here's another thing is the pitcher, Chris Thiessen, has thrown 4 straight balls. So you want to talk about that? Maybe we see, since this is the 9-hole hitter and is the pitcher, Gaskill hitting just 158 on the season, only 19 at-bats coming into the state tournament. Maybe you see it until you take until you see a strike. The first pitch, up and in. Ball 1. Almost hit him.
Taking's a smart strategy, but I also don't want to let a hitter let the best pitch he's going to see in an at-bat get away. I almost treat it like it's 3-1 right here.
1 ball, no strikes. Top of the 7th inning, down by 2, the Blair Bears. Bases are loaded, strike 1 across the heart of the plate, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 8-6 your score. Bases are loaded. The tying run at second base in the form of Owen Mann. The pitch almost hit him. Got to turn in. Got to turn in and sacrifice your body on that one. It's 2-1, however. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Blair surrendered 5 runs to Elkhorn North in the bottom half of the 6th. Chris Thiessen trying to get the Wolves out of it. Ball 3 up and in. 3 balls, 1 strike. Blair is holding on for dear life, trying to stay alive while Elkhorn North clings to a 2-run victory or 2-run lead that they've seen dwindle. 3 balls, 1 strike from the right-handed arm of Thiessen. Low ball 4, and we have a 1-run ball game. So Thiessen may get pulled here, but nonetheless, Gaskill takes a 5-pitch walk. Mann advances to third. Saylor advances to second. And Gaskill occupies first base, while Nelson Kosh scores the 7th run of the game for the Blair Bears. A really impressive at-bat for Gaskill for just his 20th at-bat on the season, 21st at-bat on the season, as he is able to work a 5-pitch walk. Looks like a new pitcher in the game. Number 1, Nelson Kosh will come in. Or rather, number 1, Jet Gossert. Rather, I was looking at number 1 for Blair Bears. I was going to say, Nelson just scored. How can he be pitching, and why would he be pitching against Blair? It's not. It is Jet Gossert. We'll tell you about him when we come back in 60 seconds.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer's Association y The Ad Council.
Nick Sainert, Austin Norman back with you. Jet Gossert, the pitcher now, trying to lead Elkhorn North out of this elimination game with a victory as he inherits bases loaded, 2 outs. The first pitch outside, ball 1 to the leadoff hitter. Number two, the starting shortstop, Tanner Jacobson. So Jacobson takes ball 1, 1-0. Quickly from the stretch. Here comes Gossert. Hits the corner, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Gossert, the one that made the error that would have had Elkhorn North out of the inning with only 1 run of damage.
Here's the pitch, 1-1 pitch, up and away. Ball 2. Good looking spot if you're Gossert, just a tad upstairs. The tying run is on third base. The leading run is on second here in the top of the 7th. The pitch outside, ball 3. Blair fans on their feet. Now they sit back down because they realize the people behind them can't see. And the 3-1 offering from Gossert. Upstairs, and we have a tie ball game as the Blair Bears have scored 4 in the top of the 7th to tie it up at 8.
What a rally, Nick. What a rally. We thought they were dead in the water as soon as Unger got doubled off on that little flare to second base. But 1 pitch, 1 at bat at a time, the Bears have managed to crawl their way back in this game. Incredible resolve from Blair.
Elkhorn North, that 1 error is looking detrimental at this point of the game by the shortstop, who's now the pitcher, Gossert. Now it's to Wachter, and he takes strike 1 as the Blair Bears have started to bat around as Wachter led off this inning with the hit by pitch. Here's the pitch. Bouncer to short. Fielded cleanly. Rushing to second. He is not in time, and Blair has the lead. The shortstop tried to take it himself. That felt like probably the correct decision. But ultimately, number 24, Chris Thiessen, did not get to the second base bag in time. Jacobson beat him out, slid in head first to second base, and Blair gets the 9-8 lead.
Because he had to wait for that big hop off the turf, Nick, I think he should have used that as his crow hop. Get underneath it, slide through it, and fire to first. Walker's a pretty good athlete for a catcher, but I still think Thiessen has a good enough arm, even at this point in the game, that using that hop to take his momentum toward first base might have been the play, especially with the speedy Jacobson coming in.
9-8 is now your score. And if you are the pitcher in this case, Grosser, you're saying we've done a decent amount of, I've gotten a, obviously walked a guy, yes, but a ground out, felt like maybe you should have been out of the inning, but also go back to the error that Grosser made, and this one should have been over a long time ago. It's a 9-8 Blair lead after they've put up 5 in response to Elkhorn North's 5. Ball 1 now to Brady Brown, the 3-hole hitter, starting center fielder for Blair. The pitch. Upstairs, 2-0.
We talked about it for Blair, Nick, having given up 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Now Elkhorn North is going to have that same thing, right? Their season comes down to 3 outs in the bottom half of the inning.
The pitch, this one skied high into shallow center field. The center fielder coming in and almost dropped it. It deflected off his glove. He had to snag it with his bare hand. And Elkhorn North finally gets out of the inning. However, now Elkhorn North is on the ropes as they trail 9-8 here as we enter the bottom of the 7th inning from Tal Anderson Field in Omaha on 93.7 The Ticket.
The end of the school year is drawing near, which means graduation parties are coming soon. Are you prepared for that if you're hosting? Fear's Cheese Spread is the dip that brings everyone together to celebrate graduations and to close out a great school year. And it goes well with crackers, meats, soups, and more. How could you throw a party without it? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fuhrer's Cheese Spread. No graduation party is complete without it.
Hey, Husker fans, whether you're looking for some baseball gear, graduation gifts, or some new Husker apparel, Alumni Hall delivers your ultimate Husker shopping destination. Shop top brands like Adidas, Peter Millar, Columbia Golf, and more. Join the Alumni Hall Hall Pass rewards, and for every $150 you spend, you'll earn $10 in reward bucks. Nebraska students and faculty and all military receive 10% off with every in-store purchase with ID. Come see us at Alumni Hall, P Street, South Point Pavilions, or alumnihall.com. Alumni Hall, it's where Huskers shop.
So here in the bottom of the 7th for the Elkhorn North Wolves, it'll be hitters 7, 8, and 9. They were a big part in that 6th inning, 5-run inning. But ultimately now it's 7, 8, and 9 as Reynolds, Asmus, and Uckman are all due up here in the bottom half. The new pitcher on the mound for the Blair Bears is number, why did I miss it?
13,
Dylan Swanson. Thank you. Dylan Swanson, he comes in from first base, so Jay-Sean Unger now moves over to first base. And
it's Mateka over at third.
9-8 now. Blair out in front by a single run. Very similar to what we saw going into the bottom of the 6th. 2:47 p.m. here at Tal Anderson Field. We're approaching the 3 o'clock hour. Millard South watching from the first row below us. Lincoln Southwest and the Patriots ready to duel around 4 p.m. today.
If I'm Blair, Nick, I think I play my corners a little deeper here. The outfielders are plenty deep, but I play my corner infielders back in no doubles alignment.
He'll quickly show bunt, pull back, ball 1.
Don't know if I agree with that decision.
So ball 1, 1-0 the count. 9-8 your score. Pitchers for both sides struggle to just throw strikes. Simply putting it. The pitch. Up and away, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Swanson out there, the left-handed southpaw. The pitch. Right down Broadway, 2-1. Needed that one. Need to figure out a way to even up the count and throw some competitive pitches.
Hittable pitch, but I don't hate the take 2-0. You just need base runners at this point if you're Elkhorn North.
2 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Swung on and missed. 2-2.
Nice pitch on the outer half there by Swanson.
A lot of folks enjoying some sun today, getting tan. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bottom of the 7th. Jam shot, soft grounder to second base. The throw to first in time for out number 1. And 4-3 on the put out there, as that was not a pretty hit. It was off the fingers, but nice play by Owen Mann out there at second base to retire Reynolds, which means it's now Asmus, the designated hitter, his turn. Quick stoppage in play as the catcher has to run right over and grab something, give something to the coach. 9-8, Blair leads by 1. After Elkhorn North scored 5 in the bottom of the 6th, and Blair looked as dead as could be, Blair shoots for 5 in the top of the 7th and takes the 1-run lead right back. First pitch strike from Swanson to Asmus, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes coming up to the designated hitter, number 16, Ethan Asmus. The pitch from Swanson. Fouled back again. We'll do it again at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Asmus, the right-handed hitter. Swanson, the lefty pitcher. Nobody on base. The flag's out in the left center field, just past the wall. Barely moving. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled back again. 0-2 again.
You're in protect mode. You're in fight mode right now if you're Asmus. Just find a way to get bat on ball. If I'm Swanson, I try to get him to chase here. You know he's in protect mode. I might test him with the fastball up.
No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Swanson. Breaking ball. Didn't work. Come back to the corner enough, and it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 9-8 your score. Blair out in front by 1 run here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 outs remain for the Wolves as this one skied high into shallow right field. The right fielder and center fielder conversing. The center fielder will take over, and number 11, Brown, out from center field, makes the catch for out number 2 as Elkhorn North is down to their final out in the bottom of the 7th. And it all sits on the shoulders of the center fielder, number 5, Alex Uchtman.
That is absolutely the right fielder's ball, but I love so much the center fielder got aggressive and went and got that one.
And that the right fielder allowed him to, right? You saw them talking. You could see, we can't hear it, but you saw them talking, and right as that ball was coming down from the sky, and you could see that the center fielder called him off, and the right fielder allowed him to. The first pitch on a lefty-lefty matchup hits the corner, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch swung on and missed. 0-2.
That's a healthy cut on a pitch that was breaking away from him. All right, if you're Swanson, don't get amped up, but don't give him anything too good right here.
Blair faithful stands up on their feet, clapping. Swanson, the lefty. Uchtman, the hitter. Low and away, ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Just upstairs, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Blair Bear supporters still on their feet. Swanson from the windup. Swung on and missed. No, they're going to say a foul ball. It popped out of the catcher's glove. And that's one of the negatives of not being able to hear. Can't hear the tick of the bat.
It was a high fastball. I thought he swung underneath it, but the home plate umpire threw his hands up immediately. Didn't get much of it, but just enough to stay alive.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll do it again. Swanson from the windup fires home the 2-2. Swung on and missed, and Blair comes all the way back. The Bears knock out the Elkhorn North Wolves in an elimination game. After allowing 6 runs to score in the bottom of the 6th, Blair was down by 4 heading into the top of the 7th, and they put up a 5 spot of their own in the top half of the 7th inning to win this one 9-8. It didn't look pretty from either side, Austin Norman, but it got the job done.
Congratulations to Blair. That is incredible resolve by the Bears. Down 4 runs with 3 outs. The math is absolutely not in Blair's favor. But, Nick, in an elimination game, it's not over till it's over. You get 21 outs for a reason. Now, you could say Elkhorn North gave Blair 22. Ground ball to shortstop would have gotten the Wolves out of the inning and kept their season going tomorrow, but instead it's booted, mishandled. Blair keeps the inning alive. They managed to get that 9th run, right? They don't just tie the game up. They managed to take the lead. And that, to me, Nick, is where I think this game was. Well, obviously, when you score the go-ahead run, you put yourself in a good spot. But I think if that game ends up tied, I think the momentum's in Elkhorn North's corner because they can win it with just 1 run. But the fact that Blair was able to get all the way over the hump and not need it to go to extra innings, that was all Bears. What an incredible effort and comeback by the white and purple.
So once again, the Blair Bears win 9-8 here over the Elkhorn North Wolves. The 2 seed has been bounced in Class B action. That'll do it for us for Class B coverage so far until Friday's state championship game. We will turn our attention now to Class A. Starting at 4 p.m., it's another elimination game between Lincoln Southwest and Millard South, starting at 4 p.m. here at Tal Anderson Field. For Austin Norman, I'm Nick Sainert. Thanks to Rico back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. We'll talk to you in a little over an hour from Tal Anderson Field in Omaha. The Blair Bears come back from behind and win it 9-8 over the Elkhorn North Wolves. This has been Class B state baseball coverage on 93.7 The Ticket.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online,